It's been a while since I've talked about a species, so let's talk about Godzilla Earth. I mean, Geortharoc. Even pronouncing the name feels like I'm trying to spit out mucus. The tectonic terra guardian, it says. I'd rather call it a colossal mistake. This behemoth of a species that stands as tall as mountains is unfortunately shorter than Squidward and a night lamp. We'll get to more in a second, but I just want to make some clarifications. The concept art is magnificent, and it's done by my favorite COS concept artists. They have made my favorite redesigns and designs because of how logical the anatomy are, and I love them. However, this one was not it. I appreciate the long tail that's needed to balance the body, but what is that horn? What's that purpose of that horn? Like, what does it serve? Do they fight with it? If they do, why the fuck is a toothpick on their nose? Again, the realistic artwork in the concept art is gorgeous, and I've never seen anything like this. But remembering that this is a species for COS, I never wanted to see it again. It should be in Kaiju Universe or the next King Kong movie. Again, I have no issues with the art, but where is the water coming from? Mountains of water gushing out of its back. Look, I get that COS is not known for their brightest geographical landscapes, but not the artists too. Usually mountains release water or waterfalls because of a connection to a river that is then connected to the sea, or water that's from underground. Which obviously is not the case for this creature in any sense. Is it its sweat? Is it sweating? Is it like taking like a few steps and it's just profusely drenched in salt water? It could be Iridia's dream species though. I tried making sense. Seeing that, bigger creatures need more like water or coolant on their body because of how much more heat they, produce and give out. Like elephants, they need to dip in like water sources, or they need to roll in mud to cool themselves down. Maybe that's this creature's way of cooling down. It's enormous radiation of heat. See, like, it's said in its description that it goes underwater, under the sea. Maybe when they come out of the sea, like the little cracks and crevices on their back scoop up the water, then from their movement or like their muscles pumping out the water, it allows the water to like seep down its sides to cool itself. Maybe it's that like a coolant mechanism, maybe? If that's the case, that's pretty cool. But when I told it to the artists, they seem pretty clueless themselves. Speaking of the description, let's talk about it. Apparently, they are hard to spot because of how natural they look. Really now? You're telling me a walking mountain with floating rocks on the top and enormous glowing rune symbols are supposed to be normal looking mountains? I can tell you haven't touched grass, let alone see a mountain if you agree. This feels like one of those commercials desperately trying to convince the buyers that their product are 100% natural based. It's also said that they can sleep for millions of years. Maybe they should have kept sleeping for another million more, so I'm certain the sun will explode and wipe us all out, so I don't have to witness this abomination. How do they eat with those large tusk-like fangs from the bottom of their jaw? Like, they can't bite sideways, and they can't properly bite forward, and I doubt that their mouth can extend and widen as wide as a hippopotamus, so no wonder they're pretty rare. Half of their population probably starved to death. I could go on and on, but I'd rather not. It's very nice still at the end of the day. You can agree that this looks very awesome. Kaizun, thank you buddy. You did fantastic. And thank you to the viewers for listening to my rant. I'll see you guys next time then.
It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla! Though it isn't.